Don't know if you guys can see these cracks on my new kitchen bench. Are pretty bad, to the point that I'm not going to use that kitchen anymore until they replace it. The whole lot's scratched and fallen to bits. Anyway, how you going, brothers? And the occasional sister joining us. And anyway, who needs a new kitchen when you can sit out in the bush and have a barbecue? Check it out. And it's just about ready to cook a steak. Some of you will know the story about the good wolf and the bad wolf inside of all of us. Leaf lard, my favourite for doing steak. So, the grandfather is with his grandson. Oh, this is for you guys that don't know the story. For the rest of you do, thanks for your patience. And the grandfather says to the grandson, within us there is a good wolf and a bad wolf. Grandson goes, what's a good wolf like? And he goes, well, the good wolf's full of empathy, compassion, love, contentment, joy, serenity, tranquility, love. Did I say love already? And wants you to really grow and thrive and prosper and have good health and live a meaningful life that's valuable to society. And then the grandson goes, well, what about the bad wolf? What does he do? He goes, well, the bad wolf, he's jealous, he's resentful, he's bitter, he's over cynical. Garlic. He's evil, he's manipulating, he misleads people, he's not really much good at all. In fact, if you follow the bad wolf within yourself, it will lead to death and destruction eventually, and a lot of pain on your journey the way there. And these two wolves, grandson, they're having a battle within each other. All the time they're fighting between each other. And the grandson says, well, which wolf wins this battle that goes on inside us? And the grandfather says, the wolf that you feed. And isn't that true? I've always liked that saying, or old Indian proverb, whatever you call it. But today it's even more relevant than ever. Oh, the desired sound. It's more relevant than ever because we're in such different times right now. Whoops, nearly dropped the phone. I'm just going to move away from the sound of the steak cooking because it's going to blow the audio out. Let's turn that over. Come over here. Right now there's a huge division going on in the world, and you're probably experiencing yourself. You might be someone out in the country that's in a community where everybody's had the vaccine and you haven't had it, or it could be vice versa. You might be in a community like over in Golden Bay. A lot of people are anti getting the vaccine, and you might have it and you'll feel this resistance coming up, this isolation. You might even be ostracised, and of course with the government mandating certain things, you may even not be able to go to your job, go to your hairdresser, go to the gym, get surgery, and you may be feeling really, really cut out. What I want to say is, whatever side you're on, and that's irrelevant, but whatever side you're on, whether you're a pro or sitting on the fence, or you're just waiting to find out more, or you're deadly against it, just remember the one fundamental thing about all of us human beings, and that is that we all want to be loved, accepted, validated in our thoughts and feelings. And we want our immediate family around us to be close to us and happy and well, and keep on feeding the good wolf. Don't allow what's going on in the current state to become worse than the actual problem of COVID itself, and it's time to turn the steak over. Don't allow what's going on to actually cause more harm in your life by cutting you off the people that you love and forming these opinions that they're wrong and you're right, or vice versa. Understand we're all pretty much the same and look after each other. It's so easy right now in this environment to start thinking negatively and feeding the bad wolf. And if you do that, the only thing that's going to win in the end is the bad wolf, and you're going to be the loser. So if someone doesn't share your political views or your ideology or your medical views, just embrace them anyway and say, hey, good luck. I hope it works out well for you. I really genuinely mean that. But don't try to be right, because trying to be right will not make you any better or your life any better. Just keep on doing the things you love, cooking your steak outside, and don't worry about your cracked kitchen bench top, because it's just a fucking piece of material shit that's going to go anyway one day. Concentrate on the things that matter, the people and the people you love. Currently I know a number of families that have older, like mothers and fathers, like in their 60s, 70s and 80s, that are saying, we're not having any visitors unless they are vaccinated. And that's their right. When it starts dividing families up like that, I'm starting to wonder what the worst thing is. I can understand elderly people being fearful because it smacks them over. I'm not going to get into stats on that. I've read quite a bit on the UK site, and I think there's more damage coming out from just the segregation and division when we should all be supporting each other. Whether you're for or against, whatever your position is, keep on looking after your neighbours, your mothers, your brothers, your fathers, your sisters. Try not to let this monster feed the bad wolf inside you, because it is, and I've come across it firsthand. I've had visitors today with stories that it's horrible. On my other channel I did a very short video just on for patrons only, where I talked about, it was a couple of weeks ago, I said I don't think the government has thought this through, because the medical sector, your doctors, your nurses, I know some of them that are waiting for another vaccine. They don't feel comfortable with the Pfizer vaccine, as there are people out there that don't. Fair enough. What I was saying was, I'm thinking that they haven't thought this right through, because if those medical practitioners say, listen, I'm just holding off to get either the Novavax or this new one that's coming out from Austria, or this new one that's coming out from Australia, or whatever's going next, if they aren't afforded that time, then they can't practice. And if they talk against the current vaccine, then that's considered to be misinformation. They can lose their license. And I could really see a problem with this, and I talked about it in that private patron video. It got some negative response from a few people. A lot of people assumed I'm against the vaccine, or I'm anti-vaxxer. I'm definitely not an anti-vaxxer. Anyway, 3 days ago in Parliament, they now ruled that doctors that don't want this vaccine, if they can prove medically that they don't need to have it, well, they shouldn't have it, like it could have an adverse effect. That means possibly that they've already had one that gave them an adverse effect, so they shouldn't get another one, or they've got some underlying condition. Some people just can't have any vaccines because of the serum. I've given the steak way too long. I don't mind. I don't mind if it's well done, actually. And they can get an exemption now. Now that's a big turnaround, isn't it? They can get an exemption, but they can't exempt themselves. That means a doctor can't write his own certificate and exempt himself. He can get another doctor to do it. Just take this off now. He can get another doctor to do it. Well, of course, all the doctors know each other. They're all buddies with each other. I'm going to take this paper off here first. They're all buddies, so I don't think it should be too much of a trouble. And I have friends that are in the medical profession that are doing just that. So there's a turnaround already from what they said. And it's good, because we need those medical people to be working. The last thing we want is an exodus of our medical people. This steak looks bloody good, doesn't it? Just going to let it drip there and smack it down on this board. Oh, I know what I forgot. No, it can go back in. I forgot something. I'm busy talking, I forgot to put this in. Oops. Butter. You've got to smash some butter on the last minute in your steak, like that there. This is a pretty rough video, sorry guys. It's just what I call a snap vlog. It's in real time, off the top. I just want to put that butter on there, just to give it that nice creamy taste. I'm going to turn it over a couple more times. I pre-salted this. I'm going to do it with garlic, that's what I want. There, you're talking. How's that look? Pretty good? Butter. Butter. Right. Not much. Now we can put it on the board. Go down here. There she goes. So, feed the good wolf, not the bad wolf. Whatever your stance is on COVID-19 or vaccines or preventative medicine or ivermectin or all those things that are controversial right now, put all that aside and love thy neighbour. Look after each other. And don't feed that bloody bad wolf, because if you do, there's no winners in the end. There really isn't. Right, I'm going to tear into my steak. It's my one and only meal today, and I've got a little bit of venison inside from a deer that my dog Bigsy brought down. I might have that on top of it, because that's not going to be enough for me. And I'm also going to have some fermented cabbage and all this garlic. Look at that. Roasted garlic. Oh, it looks good. Have a crack a day. If you're in Tasman area around here, get out and do some fishing, because they're on the bay right now. And I was supposed to be going pig hunting this afternoon, taking 2 boys out, but it's 18 degrees. And if you're running dogs, you don't run dogs over anything over 16 degrees. I have killed one of my dogs, Boo, years ago in 18 degrees of heat exhaustion, so it's just an absolute no-no. I was going to take young Lucas and Brody out today, but the temp's too hot. It's not going to get below 18 until 9 o'clock tonight, so it's a no-no. See you next video. Go steady. Ooh. Chomping and chewing time.